Welcome everybody to Championship LMU of RCN Round 5 on Portimao. Your starting grid top 3 for the hypercars is Bas Overdijk from pole, Roy Jeukens on 2nd place and Tim Vermelis on 3rd. For the GT3, S1R5 Noor, familiar face on the pole position, 2nd place is Franklin Steging and on 3rd Jelmer Mollema. Race start from the hypercars. Porsche number 5, that's Bas Overdijk. On the right, BMW number 81, Roy Jeukens. Tim Vermelis in the 2nd Porsche behind, and Janga in the Alpine. And it's green. Into turn 1. Bas Overdijk was very careful and was outside and took the lead. Overdijk right on his tail. There's a big gap from the top 3 to the rest. And Vermelis goes for a look there but doesn't go right through. So Hypercar field is now into 2 groups, top 3 and then from 4th to 7th place. No real moves done. Looks like Janga is struggling a little bit. He's not driving away from them. And goes a little bit wide, there's contact. And Porsche fast back, that's Road. He still takes back the Cadillac with the switchback. GT3 race start, Noor is on pole, Steging on the left right now, and the Aston Martin, Mollema, he's defending his championship, so he's in 1st place in the championship. Oh, and the Aston Martin gets airborne, he's struggling now, he's under attack from 2 Lexus. Still manages, oh there goes, I believe that's from the right. Took a little bit of a shortcut, saved some fuel right there. Nick van der Ven in the white Lexus. He's going for a move, also does not go through with it. Well, the Aston Martin of Mollema gets away with that. I think his heartbeat rose a little bit on that first corner. Oh, and there's contact! There's contact! You see everyone coming over the hill except for Kapitein. That's the one who spinned right there. On board with Nick van der Ven. And he's taking a little bit more speed through the corner. He wants to take a wider line, and he did, but there was someone in front. Oh, Van Rijden is gaining a lot of ground there to turn 1. Oh, that's a lot of curb. Very ballsy move. Oh, contact Van Rosmalen, who's taking a beating. Van Rijden is giving the position back and also even giving another position away. Great sportsmanship. This is again Van der Rijden in the BMW, chasing Kapitein in the Lexus in front. Oh, coming very close there. taking another line. He has a great run up the hill. And Van der Rijt is not going alongside. He is going alongside. Oh, and Kapitein goes on the curb and loses the position. At least a great overtake here. No contact whatsoever. Great job by Van der Rijt. Oh, and Kapitein bends it. Kapitein spins the car, losing even more positions. We are looking at Alessandro Krom and Jasper Groot. Alessandro in the Cadillac, Groot in the Porsche. And Groot goes a little bit wide, but Krom was very careful, not taking a wide line. Groot is struggling up the hill. Krom again gaining. So far no position changes. And there Groot goes way too wide. Now Krom has to strike. He does. Around the outside. And he covers it. Makes the apex. It's a great job. Great racing. And Krom took the position. Goes now wide himself. Doesn't seem like Jasper is done with it. Last corner onto the finish line straight. Up the hill. And Jasper has a great slipstream. And he's moving alongside into turn 1. But Krom goes outside of the track. But not by much. And Groot is again back on the inside. A little bit of contact. And there Krom has not the ideal line. Again, Groot in front. But that doesn't last any minute, and Krom is again in front. Seems like they're having a lot of fun out there, but there is again some attack, but both go wide and Krom is for now in front. We're looking now at Malzy van der Ven going on to the start-finish straight. Up the hill, going offline, hit the wall hard. Loses his tire, has to be careful now with the rest of the traffic. Nick van der Ven coming behind him. But Nick is being very sensible, gives him some space to go outside of the track. Back to the fight with Alessandro Krom and still Jasper Groot. And having a bit of trouble with the GT3 by Krom. And he lost position already. And has to fight back now against Jasper Groot once again. This is a nice group of Lexuses, all number 78 to keep it simple and a good overview. But it's Luchters now in front with Kapitein and Rosmalen right behind. And there's already a lot of movement. So Luchters already lost a position and now loses another position. So both of the Lexuses, the second and the third Lexus, have passed Luchters, the one in front. Maybe you remember them. Alessandro and Jasper Groot. And Jasper has a big snap oversteer there and loses the position once again to Alessandro. But he's still right on his tail. his back, the back of the Porsche is really struggling again. We've seen that already earlier in the race. He's really fighting with that car. Com taking the narrow line, which is good right there. This is Van Rosmalen going to turn 1. Lots of hypercar activity around him. That's actually the battle for first place. Roy Jeukens in the BMW, and there is contact with the Porsche of Bas Overdijk. So this is from the onboard. There's hypercars left and front, but he loses the back a little bit and then bumps into the hypercar of Bas Overdijk. And this takes a lot of time to turn the car back. Here we see this moment again, but this time we're going to follow the leaders of the hypercar. So Roy Jeukens in front, but he also had a bad exit. And Bas Overdijk is already alongside, even though he had the hit. So that's a very nice attack from him. Goes a little bit wide, nothing to worry about. Roy Jeukens still alongside, but now Roy Jeukens is going wide, and Vermelis is also looking in there, but makes a spinner and throws it away. He was actually in the same battle for the lead. That's a shame for him. Nicely done by Bas Overdijk. On board with Vermelis, who got fresher tires, I believe, and he's joining the fight of Rom and Jasper Groot, who are still very close to each other. Groot is struggling and taking not the ideal racing line, so Vermelis goes by. Back to the GT3s, on board with Van Rosmalen, Luchters in front. Luchters had a bad exit on that corner. And Van Rosmalen is already alongside, makes the apex, even a little bit much of the apex, but got the job done. Clean racing, good job. On board with Van der Rijt. Goes into turn 4 up the hill, loses it. Not too soon on the throttle, I would say. He just turned in too much and then the back wants to come by, and that's what happened. We're looking at Vermelis, who is fighting his way back to third place. Djanga now in front. Djanga got held up a little bit by the GT3. Now Vermelis has a nice slipstream up the hill. And he's already deeply alongside, a little bit of contact, and Djanga is backing out of it, giving Vermelis third position. We are following Malzy here. Malzy is the one that lost his wheel at the beginning of the race. He's closing in on Luchters. The Lexus in front. Luchters goes wide. Exit is not great over the curbs. And Malzy closes the gap quite a lot. Has a look. Shows his nose there. Wheel banging up the hill. but Malzy gets the job done. I hope they don't have a lot of damage. That wheel banging was quite robust. Rob Hoofs in the only Mustang on the grid as the evening is falling. Has a great run up the hill as well, and also goes by on Luchters, so it seems. Luchters holds back a little bit because he does not want some more contact, and Luchters loses position, and Hoofs up to 8th. We're looking at Franklin Steeging, who is doing a little bit of an alternative strategy. Behind Nick van der Ven having a great run. Very careful there. Almost made contact on the straight, but is already passed on the straight before even coming to turn 1. Goes wide. Very careful now at turn 2. They do. Turn 3 now is the hairpin. Nick van der Ven back in front. BMW is very strong on the straight there. Looks like Steeging has a better run now. Better exit. He's already passed again. Covers a little bit to the inside. Seems almost moving on the braking. Don't know if Van der Ven wants to say that moving on the braking is not allowed or great racing, but Steeging in front. Jesper Groot's now coming on the back of Djanga, and he's already passed. Djanga was very careful on the brakes. And this is for 4th position, while it's getting really dark out there now. Darkness has taken over in Portimao, and Vermeulen is trying to get back to 3rd position and is having a little drag race with Djanga. Djanga had to move over, so they had a little bit of contact, very close to each other again. Still next to each other, both make the corner, which is quite tricky in turn 1. Again contact, and now Djanga has the GT3 in front, which puts him a little bit on the back foot. And again the GT3 on the racing line. We're in the closing stages of the race. Looking at the Alpine, that's Djanga, the BMW Romero. Ooh, and almost contact there in the background. And Djanga spins, having contact twice. Djanga also brakes nicely after spinning, but still 2 Lexuses couldn't avoid collision. Here comes Overdijk in the last lap, through the dark in the Porsche. At 1st place, he is gonna take the lead in the championship, winning at Portimao with a close battle with Jeukens. With 7 seconds ahead of Jeukens. Jeukens finishing 2nd, and in the end Vermeulen finishing 3rd for the Hypercars. Here comes Edwin Noor. A little bit of lag on the last lap, but winning also at Portimao for the GT3s. He's gaining on Mollema. Mollema finishes 2nd place. And Franklin Steeging in 3rd. Noor's doing good business in the standings. He is surpassing Steeging, so he is now in 2nd place. Mollema still in 1st, but Noor's closing up. It's only a very small gap remaining. Right, Overdijk wins for the Hypercars, Jeukens in second, Vermelis in third, Janga, Groot, Krom and Romeo finish behind. Noor wins for the GT3, Mollema, the championship leader, still is on second place, Steenking on third, finishing the podium. Kapitein Van de Ven, Hoofd, Rosmalen, Luchter and Van de Ven, Melzi Van de Ven in this time, and Van der Rijt finish behind them. I want to thank you all for watching. If you want to know more about RCN or even join the races, their socials will be linked in the description of this video. If you would like to join the Rosa Simracing team and like to drive with us, also there's a link in the description. Let me know what you think of this video as well by commenting or leaving a like, and I would like to see you all next time.